This is the fourth time you've been a finalist in the Archibald. How did it feel when you got that call this morning?
I still can't believe it. I'm completely on cloud nine. I was told that if I didn't get a call by 7 a.m, all bets were off. You know, I could go back to sleep. I'd have no obligations. And then the phone rang at 8 and I was completely blown away. I knew that I wanted to enter the Archibald, so that was the first thing, and that I wanted to paint somebody that I knew really well, so that I had a personal connection with. I wanted to make a good painting, but I also wanted to use the opportunity to do something nice for someone I cared about and really to celebrate Justine as a person, I guess. I knew I wanted to do something about all of Justine's practice because, you know, it's so diverse and so rich. And so we had a session at her studio in Woolloongabba in Brisbane where we pulled out all sorts of costumes and different things and played around with them. And Lewis Lim, who's a Brisbane-based photographer there, he was there as well taking photographs. So, and we took hundreds of photographs, and in the end we were looking for what was the photograph that for me felt like it contained a kind of a depth and a kind of power, creative power that Justine has. And she was actually laying on the floor, so the photograph was taken from the top down. And then, obviously it's tipped up in the painting.
And I find with this layering of various levels of transparency, to me it gives it more of a psychological element.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, why I keep being drawn back to that black space as well, the dark space beyond the subject, where all things are possible. And it feels to me like a kind of visualisation of psychological space.
Have you got any tips for artists as to how to deal with the sitting?
Well, the first thing is to work with a really good photographer. Okay. So I think that was something I underestimated in the early stages, was just to find a collaborator photographer who's really good with making people comfortable, because that's not my skill set at all. So the photographer's a really incredible asset. So there's that. But I think also we have an idea often that we want to make a portrait of somebody, but actually think instead about the likeness straight away and think more about what feeling should this painting have in it? What should it feel like? Before, what should it look like? And that's how Justine ended up being like that, because that's what she feels like. She feels like she's sort of levitating.
And she seems like a larger-than-life character as well.
She is, but she's also incredibly sensitive, and she has a real depth to her as well. So it's, not dissimilar in a kind of way to when I painted Richard Bell, that there's many layers to people, and that for me is more interesting than maybe an overt representation of somebody's personality. As another friend and colleague, Susan best describes, the painting captures Justine's singularity and almost otherworldliness that those of us who know Justine understand. While intensely connected to the world around her, she seems always to be looking just beyond, connecting with the things that are bigger than all of us, whatever that is. So thank you, Justine, and you are here today somewhere.